What's up, YouTube? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Techno Reactions YouTube channel. My name is Brandon, and I wanted to give you guys this update video. I know that this is a shocker to a lot of you who might see this. It's been 4 years since I've uploaded any content on this channel. If I'm not mistaken, I believe my last upload was back in 2020. Actually, no. I think it was 2021, actually. Yeah, 2021. I do remember I gave you guys an update video, basically letting you guys know different things that were going on in my life at the time. And the time in which I made that update video back in 2021, I'll never forget. It was months it was months before the COVID pandemic took off completely. I remember at that time I was living in my apartment. During that time, a lot of things happened in my life, for the better and for the worse. So as you can imagine, 4 years is a lot of time. That's a big, huge stretch of time to just be away from YouTube altogether and, handle all of these different things that are going on in my life. It just came at me tenfold. But just to give you guys a little background, and what I'm going to do is throughout this video, I'll just basically kind of go into what has happened in my life and not get too personal, but I'll just kind of give you the quick ins and outs, a quick synopsis of how my life has been since then. Some major events, major highlights that have happened in my life since then. And then leading up towards the end of the video, I'll give you guys sort of an update as to what I would like to do with the channel going forward, because one thing that I want to kind of just get into before I get into my life or whatever is that I want to say thank you to you guys. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I haven't made any videos on this channel in 4 years. As you can see, I look older. I got more facial hair. My fucking beard actually connects now. So I'm actually 32. Last time I made a video, which was going on 4 years ago, it seems now. I was maybe 28 during that last video. So yeah, I'm 32 now. I'm in my 30s. And, ever since then, over the years, I've gotten a lot of comments. I've gotten a lot of emails, even in the midst of posting absolutely no content on the YouTube channel. I was very shocked to find out that a lot of people were still giving me a lot of positive feedback on the video uploads that I uploaded years ago. Got a few more subscribers here and there. I think as my channel sits right now, I have about 235 subscribers, but over the years, every now and then I'll peek into my email and I'll peek into my YouTube channel, and I'll look at the comments that you guys leave and the emails that you guys send to me. And it's funny how a lot of people, even though I didn't post videos for years, a lot of people are like, Brandon, we want you to come back. We really truly enjoy the concept of the Techno Reactions YouTube channel, because you're doing what a lot of people haven't done. I don't think till this day that there's a dedicated YouTube channel where someone is reacting in front of a camera, tracking their heart rate as they're listening to electronic music, techno music to be exact. And you guys know that, this has been a passion of mine since I was literally in diapers. You can clearly see I have on a Detroit techno militia, hoodie. I live, eat, breathe, sleep electronic music, and I'm a musical empath. That's the reason why I started this channel in the first place, was to showcase my passion with the world and with others that can connect with me, who share the same passion. And then it's you guys can see my live reaction as I'm listening to these different tracks, and it's fun. It makes us feel like we're not alone, so to speak. But yeah, but aside from that, I really appreciate all the comments and all of the positive feedback that I've been getting for the years. And, since my last YouTube upload, I've gone through some trials and tribulations in life. There was actually many points in time when I really wanted to go back to this YouTube channel. There were different times where I wanted to return and get back into like making uploads. And my YouTube channel was very short-lived. I made like 7 episodes and then I quit cold turkey. But I knew that at some point in the future I was going to come back, but I had to feel as though it was the right time, because if it's not the right time, you can have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and it's not going to fully feel reward. It's not going to feel as rewarding as opposed to giving it your all and being 100% in, because then it's like you're passionate about it and you look forward to uploading more content. But when you're going through a lot of things in your life, it makes it hard for you to kind of keep up with that same routine. You sort of like lose passion, you lose motivation for it. And that's exactly what happened during that time. So like I mentioned to you guys, my last upload was somewhere, in 2021. And if you guys don't remember, I did an update video, which is what I mentioned earlier in this video. And I just kind of, briefly, I kind of went into like some personal things that were going on in my life. I mentioned to you guys that I had a loved one who was very sick during that time. And just to kind of go deeper into it, that loved one was my sister. And unfortunately, she ended up passing away that year. She ended up passing away just a few months after I made that video. She passed away in October of 2021, that same exact year. And, when that happened, it reminded me of how short life is and how something so devastating like that can happen to any one of us. None of us are immortal, none of us are invincible. And if, when something is affecting your health, it can get the best of any of us, no matter who we are. But unfortunately, my sister, she passed away in October of 2021 due to health complications. And I'll just say diabetes. My sister, she was diabetic. She was diagnosed with it at a young age. And when that happened, it really just sort of like, I don't know, you guys, when that happened, it's like my whole world turned black and white. I remember it like yesterday. It's almost like I woke up in the morning and it's like I just lost color, because my sister, she was my best friend, and we're 3 years apart. My sister, she was born 3 years before me, but our birthdays are 1 day apart. So my birthday is August 15th. Her birthday is August 16th. And I have 5 sisters. And of all my sisters, she was the one who I was most closest to. So during that time, after that happened, I definitely went through a deep state of depression. I lost a lot of weight. I ended up getting sick myself and ending up in the hospital multiple times. And it was a very dark period of my life, and when you lose someone, they say that there's different stages of grief. You experience sadness, you experience depression, you experience regret. And that went on for, I would say, 2 years off and on. As time progressed, it got easier and easier because, the mind and the heart has an interesting way of healing itself. Naturally, as each day goes by, the pain subsides and it gets a little easier, day in and day out. And then you reach the point of acceptance. And I would say it wasn't until maybe like a year ago when I finally reached acceptance of the situation. But it definitely rocked my world for a very long time. And then in December of that same year, I ended up catching COVID. So I was going through depression. I was very sad that I had lost my sister, and then I caught COVID, and that almost took me out because I have a pre-existing health condition. So when I caught COVID, it affected me 10 times worse than it would affect most people, So it was bad. And then I ended up catching COVID another like 2 times the next year, and I ended up in the hospital. I briefly mentioned to you guys in that update video that I had a friend that I was very close close with, that I was working with. So that same friend, in 2023, we actually ended up getting married. So, I knew this person for, at the time, it was like 4 or 5 years or so. We're going on 6 years of knowing each other. But we met at work. But yeah, so we're married, and we're actually celebrating our 1 year anniversary on the 31st. So as you can imagine, here it is 1 year later. I'm making this video with you guys, and I'm going to celebrate my 1 year anniversary with this person. But she does want to be on the channel. She's not camera shy. In fact, she loves, doing like videos and stuff like that. We actually started a TikTok channel together. A couple of months ago, I actually went to her home country. She's from North Africa. She's from a country called Algeria. So that was really cool. My in-laws, they hosted sort of like a dinner event for us, because the wedding that we had last year on December 31st, some of her family members could not make it. Some of my family's members couldn't make it as well, but my father-in-law, he wanted to kind of host like a dinner gatherings to make up for the family members who couldn't make it to the wedding last year. And it ended up being an extremely cool event. It was absolutely awesome. We got to experience it in her home country. Her family got to go, her long lost friends and relatives, back in her hometown. It was absolutely incredible. We spent about 3 weeks in Algeria. And it was just an amazing time. From the people to the food to the hospitality, it's unmatched. The Algerian people have set the bar high. Yeah, it was a wonderful time. And now we're about to experience our 1 year anniversary. So we're actually going to be going to London on the 30th, which is Sunday, and then Monday is the 31st. So we're actually going to be celebrating our 1 year anniversary in London for 3 weeks. We're going to be there for 3 weeks. And then the 4th week, we're actually going to spend in France, which is pretty cool. So we get to kind of like knock out, two different countries in one trip. So looking forward to that. But yeah, that's pretty much the culmination of my life ever since, my last upload. Of course, there's a lot that I'm not really gonna get into in this video. But that's the gist of everything in my life in the past, 4 years. It's been a wild ride, but I am just happy and thankful for, the people that I have in my life. I'm thankful for good health, because in my opinion, those are the two most important things in our lives. I've always been a strong proponent of focusing on the internal rather than the external. It's better to focus on what your life feels like rather than looks like, if that makes sense. If you focus on how life feels, then you're going to focus on the things that are more important rather than the external, the exterior of everything, the outside world, the tangible world. Sometimes you have to focus on the intangible. And once you focus on that, you really have your shit together. You become unbreakable, you become unshakable. And that's sort of the motto that I've been living by, day in and day out. Like, how can I improve the overall quality of my life without focusing so much on, what can I attain? What can I buy? What can I purchase? Life isn't about showing off. It's about being internally happy and just helping those who need your help, helping those in need. Being someone that you can depend on, someone to rely on, being dependable, that's very important. But yeah, the past few years has taught me some really good lessons in life. And I feel like now more than ever before, now I'm ready to kind of immerse myself back in my passions. As you guys know, I used to make music. I used to be a music producer. I used to be a DJ. That used to be my thing. Oh my God, I did that for the longest time. And the last official release track that I ever produced and released was way back in 2016. Here it is, 2025. That's a lot of years being out of the game. And, I always told my wife, at some point in the future, I'd love to get back into like music production and, DJing, working with like MIDI controllers and doing like live mixes and live sets and stuff like that. And hopefully that's something that I can get back into. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of like readjustments and moving things around in my current life because I am pretty busy. Um, I have a lot, going on these days. I have a really good job, stellar job, pays very well. And then I also have a business on the side. I actually started a digital marketing company. So I do like websites for businesses, and I also do marketing, digital marketing. So it's very cool, very lucrative. So that takes up like the bulk of my time. But at some point, I do want to kind of see if I can squeeze in, getting back into music. And then, of course, more importantly, getting back to this channel. And that's mainly the reason why I wanted to make this video with you guys, is because I wanted to just let you guys know that I am going to make a commitment going forward. I know it's the craziest news 4 years later. Like, what the fuck? Most of you have probably forgot all about me. I'm sure I've gotten like people who have unsubscribed from this channel, and I don't blame you. Like, what can you do if somebody makes like, a handful of videos and then they just like quit and go cold turkey? Then it's no reason to keep following that person. It's no reason to stay subscribed. But hopefully this is my chance to sort of redeem myself and just kind of start where I left off. I'm not starting over. I'm not starting from scratch. I'd like to start where I left off. It's going to be like, I woke up from yesterday and then here it is today, and then boom, I'm going to start where I left off, So that's kind of how I want to, look at the channel from here on out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am going to be buying more, like studio gear and everything. Like the room that I'm in right now is my office. Me and my wife, we actually ended up getting a house. And in our house, she has her own office and I have my office because we both work from home. So it's the perfect, setup for the both of us. I have my monitors set up. I have my iMac. I have like a big, nice desk, and it stands up. It's the kind that goes up and down, the ergonomic desk. And then I got this really awesome camera. I got this camera. It's called the DJI Pro Osmo Pocket 3. Absolutely phenomenal camera. I think I'm going to use this camera going forward to record more content and to do the reactions and everything. But there's definitely some more things that I want to introduce into my office area. Because in my old apartment, as you guys could see in my old videos, I had a very unique setup. Like the desk that I had was more of a corner desk. And then I had like a monitor on the side. I had the primary monitor in front of me. And then I had like my Eric Prydz Prida vinyl record on the side. And, and then I had a little MIDI keyboard next to me. I'm not going to go with that setup because my desk setup now is more traditional. Now I have a desk that's in front of me. It's not like a corner desk. So I'm going to come up with something that's unique. More than likely, I'm probably going to invest in like one of those like black backdrops that just kind of stands up behind me. So that way I can just make it black in the background. Like I don't really want to have things on the wall showing and lights and all that. I don't think that I want to do that. Maybe at some points I'll probably do like a green screen and just have like maybe like a cool graphic going on in the background, something, outer space or whatever, because I love outer space. And yeah, I'll probably invest in some really cool stuff. Now, as for the music going forward, still going to stick with techno. That's going to be the basis of the channel. Although there's a slightly different approach that I would like to do for the channel going forward. And this is going to actually be like the biggest shocker. Like this is kind of the biggest highlight of the video. But one thing that I wanted to confess to you guys, because this is more of a confession, there is a genre of music that I have been getting into. And I would say I've been getting into this genre of music since the pandemic took off. I don't know what it was. I knew about this genre of music for the longest time because I have a friend who used to be a music producer in this genre. But for some reason, I could never get into it. It just didn't stick with me. You know what I'm saying? And he would like send me tracks and this and that. And this was like 10, 12 years ago back in my college days. But I don't know what it was about the pandemic, but when I was going through, those highs and lows and those trials and tribulations that I was sharing with you guys, I found myself gravitating more towards this genre of music. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going to leave it at the end of this video. It's going to be the outro music for this video. But I think that's the surprise that I would like to share with you guys, because that genre of music is actually what I would like to incorporate into this channel. So instead of it just being techno reactions, obviously I want to do trance as well because I love trance music. I love progressive house, tech house, all that stuff. But this mystery genre, this big question mark, I want to incorporate that into the YouTube channel as well, because I have become sickly obsessed with this genre of music, and you guys are going to find out why in future uploads. In the next few uploads, you guys will find out why. Maybe I'll do a video of like how I got deeper into this and how it happened, why it happened, and all that stuff. But I am just obsessed with this genre of music, and I feel like this would be a very cool addition to the YouTube channel. Now, in regards to techno music, I still listen to techno. A lot of the techno that I listen to is like older techno, I would say pre 2012. I feel like ever since 2012, the apocalypse doomsday year happened, I feel like techno just kind of changed. I don't know what it is about 2012, but to me, like maybe not for you guys, but for me, 2012, everything just kind of changed. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I still listen to techno, but would I say that I'm a fan of a lot of the techno that's being put out right now? Not really, because a lot of it sounds like business techno. For those of you who don't know what business techno is, it's basically like this sort of meme or whatever that people have come up with. It's to describe techno that's being used just to push sales and to sell out, raves and sell out concerts or whatever, festivals. And a lot of it sounds like that to me. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too ignorant in that belief, because part of the reason why I made this channel is for you guys to actually share with me, some tracks that you would like for me to listen to. And then I'll give my live reaction on the YouTube channel, upload it, make it into a video, upload it, and then share it with you guys. So if you guys have any bomb ass techno tracks that you want me to listen to, I don't care if it's tracks from your favorite artists, even if it's tracks that you made yourself, from your own home studio, send it to me and I promise I will make a video, because it's really not a lot of work, to make these videos. You'd be surprised. It's not too much work. Really, the main work is like getting the lighting set up in the background and all that stuff, and, the transitions or whatever, and getting the heart rate monitor around my chest. But aside from that, it's not that much work. So, I plan on taking this channel to the next level. The sky is the limit. I'm going to reach for the stars, because this is something that I feel my soul has been needing. I feel like my soul has been depleted from this passion of mine within the past few years. And it's definitely something that I would like to raise up from the dead, and just, take it and run for the hills with it. So this is where we are. Here we are 4 years later. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing well. And I'm ready to see how this journey goes. And thank you for all of your positivity. Thank you for all of your love, your support for the channel. Now it's time for me to give back. Now it's time for me to deliver to you guys. So be on the lookout for future uploads. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll be rolling out some more videos. Oh, and then also don't forget, you can follow me on my social medias. I have a TikTok, which I haven't really posted on in a while. Actually, I'm sorry, an Instagram. I meant to say an Instagram that I haven't posted on in a while, but I did start a TikTok. And on that TikTok page, I'm starting to upload the episodes that I did years ago to kind of like build people up into like what I've been pushing out content wise. And then I'm going to start putting new stuff on the TikTok channel from the YouTube channel. So I'll just like cut it up into small clips and then I'll share it on the TikTok. So yeah, but I'm excited to see what this channel has to offer. And I'm really looking forward, and it is definitely a commitment, for me to come back to you guys 4 years later. Just know that I'm not just talking out of my ass. This is something that I really deeply want to get into. But sometimes, things happen in life and you got to do some soul searching. And in my soul searching, I found my wife, but I felt like something was missing. And the other part of my soul searching that I was missing was the YouTube channel, getting back into that. So, yeah, I look forward to that. And, I'll see you guys on the other side. And yeah, in a few seconds, I'm going to share with you the surprise that I mentioned to you. So, cue the music.
As I explode on the scene and unravel, shine so hard my dreams cast shadows. Climb so high I forgot about my fear of heights. Momentum on the bill, I shift in gear and drive. But on my battles I steady serve all contended. My soul's on ice for vibes when it's heavy sended. Loads of life inside like a heavy beverage to make me do what looks hard but with lesser effort. Confident like I'm on another level rise.